Hey, how was day 2 at General Convention?
Well, I don't know how you feel about it, Lisa, but I thought it was a long day. We had 3 sessions. The first session started out with the election of officers and boards and committees, which are required through the canons. But we then moved to some exciting news. We elected the successor to President Gay Jennings, who has served the Episcopal Church as president of the House of Deputies for 10 years. And her successor as the next president of the House of Deputies is Julia Harris. So that was really exciting, and she was welcomed very warmly by the House.
It's the first time I think we've had somebody, a person of color, in that position. So we're broadening our diversity just a little bit, and she should be absolutely amazing. She's very, very smart. All of her answers when she was talking to people before she was elected were very articulate. And she seemed truly touched and humbled by the fact that she has this new job.
Yeah, a new challenging job. Yeah, she is. We then moved to a new interim committee's report, the State of the Church of the House of Deputies.
It was amazing.
And this is a group that was appointed by President Jennings, and everyone except the chair of that committee is in their 40s. And their charge was to see how the church moves in the 21st century.
He was great. He was in his 50s, but he looked kind of like Jesus, you know, long hair and everything, but very, very funny. It was one of the most hopeful things I've seen in a long time about, you know, we weren't getting into the declining numbers, the churches are all shutting down. It was more like the possibilities that were coming up, and things that could happen in the church in the future. It's wonderful.
For example, everybody who's in a congregation knows about the parochial report, some more so than others. But there's a lot of emphasis on looking at the parochial report and making it a document that is current and enduring. How do we define membership?
It used to be that it was only average Sunday attendance, the ASA, but because churches are changing so much and so many churches are yoked now, you can't just count the Sunday numbers, because some churches have only one service and it's on maybe a Friday or another day during the week. Also, one of our services that's very popular at my church is the Wednesday Eucharist.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about various ways of changing the parochial report.
Yeah, and also, how do we define membership? I was reading before I came to convention that the last time membership was discussed in any depth was in 1961. Yeah. So it's about time. It's been 60 some odd years, things going on. And in the afternoon, we began to consider a number of resolutions that impact the safety of many of our deputies as we go forward with our next place for the General Convention.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that it was like really, you get into the most heated discussion of the day about where we're going to have the next General Convention, but because of all the things that have happened with the Supreme Court and all the decisions that they've made, there's a very real feeling in the House of Deputies that people could be in danger if we have it in certain places that don't have the same rights as in other states.
Yeah.
We talked about and working to set up, and it is endowed, but to position a desk at the church at 815 that has a desk for women's issues and LGBTQ issues, a joint desk.
Well, we voted it on. We voted on it, and it passed.
And that one I won.
So after a 2-hour dinner break, at which all of the deputies got together at a local pub, we came back for our 7:30 session for the second night in a row, and we had a wonderful affirmation of 2 dioceses coming together. The Diocese of North Texas, which was formerly known as the Diocese of Fort Worth, and the Diocese of Texas. And that was affirmed overwhelmingly by the House.
It was very tearful, I must say, because they invited all of the people from the 2 dioceses that were coming together to get up on the stage together, and we all gave them a big standing ovation when they did that. It was beautiful.
Well, we've got 2 more days. We have Sunday, which will start off with, since it's the Lord's Day, we'll start off with the Eucharist. followed by our legislative sessions. And we still have a number of resolutions to carry us through. And then on day 4, we will meet with the House of Bishops, and we will consider the budget for the next biennium for the Episcopal Church.
And it would be really helpful for all of you people at home to say lots of prayers for us. We are really doing good work for the church. It's surprising how personal this is, even though there are 1,000 of us here. So please say all your big prayers for everybody that's working so hard to make the church be the Jesus movement in the Episcopal Church.
And I would just add that it's so good to see old friends who we've not been able to see other than through Zoom conversations. The interpersonal relationships that one forms, you just can't beat by doing it on Zoom. So we're thankful that we're here together.
See you later.